It was a message that appeared in the dead of night. Just 3 words, "They found me." Sent from Dylan Hart's phone, a college freshman with a bright future. It was the last anyone heard from him. The text arrived at 2:17 a.m. on October 28, 2023, sent to his roommate, Liam, who was asleep. Liam woke to the message, confused, and texted back. No reply. Dylan wasn't in his bed. His keys and wallet were gone, but his laptop sat open, a half-finished essay on the screen. That single message became the epicenter of fear and speculation. Who were they? Why Dylan? Investigators, friends, and family would dissect those 3 words endlessly, searching for any clue. The message remained as cryptic and chilling as the moment it was sent. The mystery of Dylan Hart began not with a scream, but with a quiet digital whisper, a modern ghost story, haunted not by a specter, but by a text that never got an answer. Sometimes, the most terrifying stories begin with a simple message and end with a question mark that never goes away. To understand the mystery, you have to understand Dylan Hart. 18, a freshman at Northwood University, Dylan was known for his easy smile and sharp sense of humor. He was thoughtful, observant, and reliable, a steady friend, not the life of the party. An engineering major, his dorm was filled with physics textbooks and fantasy novels. He loved hiking and photography, often escaping to the wilderness for peace and inspiration. On campus, Dylan was just starting to find his place, surrounded by a small, close-knit group of friends. No enemies, no trouble, no red flags. Professors saw him as promising and engaged. His life was routine: study, friends, and the simple joys of a new chapter. That's what makes his disappearance so baffling. There was nothing in Dylan's life that pointed to danger. The portrait of Dylan Hart is one of normalcy and promise, making his final message all the more chilling. Friday, October 27, 2023 began like any other day for Dylan. He attended morning classes, engaged and focused, showing no signs of distress. At lunch, he joked with Sarah from the hiking club, planning a weekend hike and debating camera lenses. He was in a good mood, talking about studying for a midterm. After lunch, Dylan returned to his dorm, worked on an essay, and greeted his roommate Liam, who left again for dinner. That was the last confirmed sighting of Dylan. At 7:42 p.m., his debit card was used at a cafe off campus. Security footage showed him alone, looking at his phone. He didn't seem agitated. After that, the trail goes cold for hours. The next sign, his phone sending that fateful message at 2:17 a.m. What happened in those missing hours remains the dark heart of the mystery. No one saw him leave, and no one saw him return. Only silence followed. Investigators turned to Dylan's digital life for answers. His laptop showed only academic research and hiking gear, nothing suspicious. Phone records placed him at the cafe at 7:42 p.m., then at Miller's Point, a secluded overlook, at 10:15 p.m. Why he went there, and whether he was alone, remains unknown. No calls or texts between lunch and the final message. He ignored texts from his parents and friends. The final ping, 2:17 a.m., from a desolate industrial area miles from campus. The journey painted a confusing picture, each location more isolated than the last. The lack of communication was a red flag. His phone, his lifeline, was used only to send that one chilling message. Then nothing. Those 3 words, "They found me," became the focus of the investigation. The phrase implied pursuit, a chase, and a sense of resignation. Forensic linguists noted the message's chilling finality. "They found me" suggests the search is over. Police explored every angle: secret life, illegal activity, or a misunderstanding. They scoured his online presence, gaming communities, and social media for any sign of conflict or hidden relationships. Even the wildest theories, cults, extremist groups, were considered, but nothing fit. Every lead turned into a dead end. Another theory: a sudden mental health crisis. but friends and family insisted Dylan was stable and logical. To them, the message was a literal, terrifying statement of fact. Someone had found their son. The "they" remained a faceless, nameless entity. The message's ambiguity only deepened the fear. Was it a warning, a cry for help, or a final goodbye? No one could say for sure. As weeks passed, investigators searched for witnesses. A couple at Miller's Point saw a dark sedan parked near the overlook that night. Out of place, but no details. A truck driver reported seeing a young man matching Dylan's description near the industrial park, agitated and looking over his shoulder. Was it Dylan, moments before the final text? The timeline fit, but nothing was confirmed. Police interviewed Liam and Sarah repeatedly. Their stories were consistent and heartbreaking.
I saw the message in the morning and my heart just dropped. What if I'd woken up?
I kept replaying our last conversation, searching for any sign he was in trouble. There was nothing. Retired FBI profiler Mark Calloway offered two possibilities: a random crime or a secret that put Dylan in danger. The text, "They found me," pointed to the latter, but the secret, if it existed, remained hidden.
In the days after Dylan vanished, the community launched one of the largest search operations in state history. Volunteers and professionals combed the National Forest, Miller's Point, and the industrial park. Drones and search dogs scoured the area, but the trail went cold in a gravel lot surrounded by empty warehouses. An early winter storm made conditions even more difficult. Each day without a discovery felt like another defeat. Despite exhaustive efforts, nothing was found. No clothing, no phone, no sign of Dylan. It was as if he'd been erased, leaving only a digital ghost and a haunting message. The official search was scaled back, but Dylan's family and friends never stopped looking. They kept his story alive, refusing to let him be forgotten. The forest and city held their secrets tight. Dylan's disappearance sent shockwaves through Northwood University. The sense of safety was shattered. Students now traveled in groups, wary and anxious. The university increased security and offered counseling, but fear lingered. Flyers with Dylan's face appeared everywhere, a constant reminder of the unanswered question: how could a student just vanish? Theories spread. Kidnapping, secret societies, a deal gone wrong. The story became a campus legend, but the fear was real. "They found me" became a chilling shorthand for the uncertainty gripping the student body. For freshmen, the tragedy marked their first semester, changing their college experience forever. Friend groups grew tighter. Students checked in on each other more. The campus was no longer just a place of learning. It was where a young man disappeared. Over 2 years have passed since Dylan Hart vanished. The flyers have faded, but the mystery remains raw and unresolved. Dylan's case is still open, but every lead has gone cold. The digital trail ends abruptly. The physical search yielded nothing. All that remains is the echo of those 3 terrifying words. Dylan's family keeps hope alive, maintaining a website and holding vigils. They are trapped between hope and despair, unable to move on. The question of who they were remains agonizing. Was it real danger or a private struggle no one saw? The story of Dylan Hart is a chilling reminder. In the digital age, someone can vanish without a trace. His story is a void, defined by questions. The silence he left behind is deafening. If you have any information about Dylan Hart, please contact the Northwood Police Department.